Welcome to Selling the Storm Manufacturer on ENF3 TV, your exclusive front row seat to how leading manufacturers overcome challenges and steer their companies to success. I am your host Triambak, and today we are joined by Northern Electric Power, founded in the United States and having a strong presence around the globe. Let's say hi to our guest, Fan.
Thank you for having me here. Yes, my name is Wang. I'm the CTO of a company called Northern Electric Power. We started in 2009. I'm one of the founders, technical founders for the company. And we start from Silicon Valley, and also we have, at the time, we have also main office in China, is a northern city in Qingdao. We started in 2009 to the inverters. So we started with a big central inverters from 100 kilowatt to 500 kilowatt. And then starting from 2012, we started the microinverter, the MLP product line.
Okay, that's great. So now coming on the production lines, what are the key details of your manufacturing factory or the main manufacturing unit that you have?
Okay, because our market is in global, right? We have markets in US, that is our main market, and also we have our products sold in Europe, in South America, like Brazil, and also in Southeast Asia. So it's global market. So we have our manufacturing places in China, in Thailand. Now we also recently started in the US. So it's global.
If you want to watch this video at your own pace, feel free to speed up the video. And you can use the chapter markers anytime to jump straight to the sections you want. Fan, you have been in the industry for over a decade now. So you have probably encountered a fair share of both major and minor setbacks. Could you walk us through some of the biggest challenges NEP has faced and which areas of your manufacturing operations have proven to be the most complex?
When we started 16 years ago, at that time it's I would say the main theme is globalization, right? We have our sales and also part of research in US, and also we have our development team in China, the factories in here. But now, because of I would say the geopolitical environment changed. Since 5 or 6 years ago, I think more and more people talk about more like localization. So we try to move it's still in the process. We try to move our production close to the end market. You can see the challenge, or you can see it's uncertainty that we have faced for the past past 10 years for the manufacturing part, because that's something we cannot change. So we have to adapt ourselves to this policy change.
One of NEP's most innovative technologies is the balcony photovoltaic system. What inspired you to develop this concept, and how do you recognize the need of this market in the first place?
I think the balcony solar started around 2021, 2022. Because of the pandemic, there's a big workforce shortage in Europe. Big shortage on the energy also. People need energy, and the energy price goes up. The European government, they kind of introduced this concept of balcony solar. They allow people to install the balcony solar, to install the solar system by themselves. If you look at technically, plug-in solar has some safety risk. That's why they limit. You cannot be more than 600, you cannot be more than 800. So people have to look for microinverters. That's why actually the customer approached us. They brought us information. We make some adaptations, make it easy for people to plug in. So I think that's we have the product, but when the market opportunity pops up, then we take it and then we introduce this product to the market.
There must have been a lot of R&D that went into this. Fan, tell us about the early days of developing your balcony microinverters. What real-world challenges or demands first pushed the idea forward?
That's a good question. So for us, we already have the microinverter. Now we try to take our existing microinverter to make it to be suitable for the balcony solar. So for us, the main challenge is mainly on two parts, mainly on the communication part, for example. Originally, we use a power line communication, but we also have a receiver, we call it a gateway, to collect the data. But for the small, very tiny system like balcony solar, it's not suitable to have that gateway because it's too costly. So that's why we changed to the Wi-Fi. Another thing is more a human change for us. At the beginning, our customers mainly business customers. So our customers are installers. They are more professional installers. So that's why all the software tools, all the monitoring interface we designed is for them to use. But suddenly, well, at the beginning, we try to use it samely for the balcony solar customers. It's a very different. People get confused because there's too many data. No, they curves. It's more like for engineers. But for most the balcony, like a 2C customer, they are like the regular person. They don't answer, they don't like to have so many data, but they want to clearly see, okay, just how much energy is being generated today, and they want to make it easy to connect the device to the internet. So it really takes us lots of effort to make it be more, I would say, for the 2C customer user friendly to make this happen. Yeah, that's the main challenge we face at the time.
Fan, during the development phase, were there moments where the team had different views on what mattered the most? And how did you bring everyone on the same page and align them towards the shared vision?
Right. It happens every day. People from engineer, people from research, people from marketing, people from sales. If they sit in the same room, there's lots of fight. They have a point of view. Okay, so they have a good point from themselves. But for us, I think I tend to listen to more from the marketing or sales because they are more closer to the customer. We try to get their first feedback. At least we need to satisfy them. Not to if they strongly against something, we'll definitely not do that. So, but same time, we cannot we cannot just only listen to them because if we do that, then we're gonna lose the direction. We have to, know what is ours and try to harmonize between the different views.
That's such a wise move. Was there ever a time when market trends or competitors' new product made you rethink your roadmap? How did you decide whether to change plans, speed things up, or keep going as is?
I think from our perspective, we try to minimize the change, but I think I'm open to make changes for that. Just when we make the change, we try to consider several things. First one is that truly the market demand? Because there's lots of information. We have to filter that out. Another thing is when we make the change, the delay. Hopefully we will not delay. We try to make the development on time, but that's why when we hear you try to make some changes on the roadmap, we are cautious. But if we again, this question actually related with the last one is we have to listen to the market, to adapt to the market, especially the feedback from our front end salesperson. Well, I think that many times they are related because many of the feedback we got from our sales, from our marketing people, are related with our competitors. Like the similar product in the market, they see some new features, or they see some the price difference, the cost difference. So they're gonna push us because they are facing the competition. So these kind of feedback many times are pushed back from the market.
On the regulatory part, what regulatory or grid safety requirements have influenced the way you design products for small or residential scale systems?
The regulation already have a clear requirement on what you need the standards you need to meet in order to make the product for the market. But beyond that one, occasionally sometimes people has a little bit different requirement. For example, we have this requirement maybe 5 years ago. For some area, they have a requirement. Even you have this small system, but you don't allow to feedback the power to the power grid. You can use it, but you cannot generate too much. Not just for balcony solar, but even for rooftop solar. So for that one, we developed the device we call the zero export controller. It's almost like a meter. We start developing that one, and now it's a companion. We go to many of our not just balcony solar, but even for a Wi-Fi small system, for small residential system. You can think about that also like a safety requirement because it's from power grid perspective. They don't want to generate. They don't want to see the generated power to go back to the power grid. They don't mind you use it. It's called self-consumption. You generate, you use it, but they don't want the power go back to power grid because that's hard to regulate.
Yeah, I think selling power back to the grid isn't possible in many regions. In countries like US, you can sell excess power back to the grid, but I don't think it is allowed everywhere.
Yeah, but if you want to sell it back, you have to pass inspection. They have special regulations. They have to change the meter, make sure and also the utility has to budget that. They make sure that the lines and everything will be able to take back the power. But sometimes if you want to simplify the regulation, so they want to make sure, okay, so within the house you can use it, but if everybody is generating too much power back to power grid, they may bring down the system. So that's why they have this regulation. You cannot export the power to the power grid. So that's why we developed this device to make it work with microinverters.
A quick financial side question. When you receive extra investment or technical backing, which single area, hardware, software, or safety, would you prioritize and why?
It's a hard question. Okay, so I think if we do get that one, by the way, we do have investment, but when we do that, I think the area will be hardware. I can tell the reason why it's like that, because inverter company in some sense so far is still more of a hardware company, because we make hardwares. Even though I want to make it a software company. If you look at our products, we have different series. Every series we have a hardware platform. On that hardware platform, we just change the software for different models. But that's only to a certain limit. But beyond that one, we are still a hardware company. So I think that's why for the investment, I think they are investing more for the hardware. But I think there's a trend. There's a trend now. People try to see, okay, in the future maybe because we have so many data, they can make it like more system-wise. But that will be the future. But so far, we are still a hardware company.
With AI growing so fast, are you looking into using AI and data mining to improve how your systems work?
Right. We are also trying to do some tests. Can we use AI to do some data mining with all this generation data? Can we get some make the system more smart? But that will be the next step. But I will say today, this company is still a hardware company.
Technology is one thing, but another important thing that can make or break a customer's experience is the after-sales support. So Fan, tell us about the most common after-sales concern you have faced so far, and how does NEP handle them?
Okay, so microinverter in general, the service for microinverter is relatively easier compared to the string inverter. The reason is you have more monitoring for the microinverters, especially because you have the monitoring for every solar panel. You have the voltage, the temperature, the currents, the power, everything in real time. But still, for balcony solar, customer normally is like a regular customer. It's not professional installed. So we try to add more monitoring. We have different service teams. We have service teams in Europe, in US, in Brazil, for different languages. And also on the front line, they have a problem. They can always talk to our second line for this tiered support for the customer. And also, if really there's an RMA case, we just do the replacement. There's nothing people can fix.
Were there any situations where electricians encountered recurring issues? And if so, what did you learn from their feedback, and did you change the product fit?
Balcony solar has been 4 years. It's now it's kind of regular. I don't hear any special issue. But at the beginning, as I told you before, it was hard because all the tools we developed was mainly for professional installers. We developed tools to make it easy for people to use, and also we modify the interface to make it easier for people to monitor. So I think after all these changes, now seems it's much better now.
Have there been any reported thermal or electrical arcing incidents in the past 2-3 years, particularly involving the balcony PV kits or rapid shutdown devices?
I heard there was some event, not from our company, but from other companies, from the battery. So we are very cautious about that. So for the balcony solar, we do our inverter, but we have partners to do the battery. So when we choose a battery partner, we are very, very cautious. So I think people will start doing the balcony, especially with balcony solar with a storage system. They should be very cautious about where they get the battery from, the sourcing for the battery. So that's critical. But besides that one, the microinverter normally is a very safe device. I think we talked last time, because microinverter, you don't see a high DC voltage. It's just, it's almost like a Christmas tree light.
Let's now shift from technical to leadership. Fan, if a new manufacturer were to launch a similar brand in a region, what 3 lessons would you share them before they learn it the hard way?
Okay, yeah, because we learned that already. We have our first factory was in China, and then we did our second one in Thailand, and now we have a partner in US. So I would say, because I think the first challenge, if you set up a factory now in a region, especially in a region you don't have a factory before, I think the first challenge will be the supply chain. And second challenge is maybe it's more like human, because every country, every region, there's a culture. The culture is very different, so you have to respect that. That has to be. The third one obviously is regulation. Every region they have a regulation. For if you want to do business there, especially want to do a manufacturing there, that's a regulation. You have to comply with that. So I think these are all the challenges. But if you can handle that goodly, that's good. Congratulations, that you can set it up. But I think the most challenging part for us we have seen so far is the first one, the supply chain. Because to build it up, that's for the second and third one, you always use the local managers. You can do that. That's no problem. But the first one, that takes time to set up the supply chain.
We are finally on the last part of the program. Fan, in your entire journey with NEP, what is the one thing you are most proud of?
Now I think the product for microinverter we have is the lowest cost microinverter is 350 watt, and the highest power is like 2,500 watts. The one I like the most is we still have the thinnest microinverter in the world. We have a microinverter, it's a 25 millimeter thin. That's originally it's like 300 and now it's like 400 watt. The reason we developed this one is that was developed like 10 years ago, 2015. At that time we worked with a solar module company. They want to do the AC module. And the reason they gave us a spec, because the solar frame size is 35 millimeters. And it's very, very challenging. And then our engineer is very good. We finally developed a 300 watt microinverter that can meet this spec. So far, it's still the same. I haven't seen any other microinverter in the world that can make 25 millimeters C. So I think that's still the world record. That's a product I'm very proud of. That's one we developed 10 years ago and still hold the record.
Such a fantastic episode we had today. A big thanks to you, Fan, and your entire team at Northern Electric for joining us.
Okay, thank you very much for having me here. It's a great pleasure to chat with you.
Thank you for watching Selling the Strong Manufacturer. We will see you in the next one only here on ENF Trade TV.